Hi, I'm Nat, and I'm here in Mexico City in its literal city center. So right behind over there are the main office buildings for the president and all of the governmental offices. And right behind me is the main cathedral, which dates back to 1573. But this is not what I want to talk about today. Today, I want to talk about the immigration crisis that is going from basically here all the way to the United States and passing through Canada as well. So there's a lot of misconceptions about what's happening and what will happen once Title 42 ends. It seems like a lot of these migrants are being helped by the US government since they start their journey all the way back home. They're also given a lot of supplies that maybe instead of giving them supplies, we should be telling them don't come, the journey is dangerous, and you might get seriously hurt. I mean, one of the main sources of immigration is the slave trade, where they trade women and essentially prostitute them during the journey, and this is all done also by cartels. But why does the US government not care enough about the migrant people that want to go there to set up a better system so they don't get injured along the way, and so they're not incentivized to even go in the first place? I mean, the crisis is only going to get worse. And while here in Mexico there seems to be talk that, oh, the 10,000 migrants that are going to be coming is not actually true, they're not really passing through Mexico, well, the United States seems to be intent on that is actually going to happen. That's what all the news sources are saying over there. Over here, the main conversation is that the United States is essentially lying and there's not such a big issue as they say there is, that there's not 10,000 migrants that will start going over there in a few days. But the main question is, why is the United States and Biden's administration so intent on letting and allowing all of these people to go through that very dangerous journey, get captured by cartels, and then get transported illegally into the country where there's not even enough resources for them either? And we see that once they get to the United States, and there's a lot of reporting on it lately, they essentially just get bussed around a bunch of different towns and cities and states until they just kind of get dropped off, and then they're, expected to be homeless there? So the big promises, and I think one of the main issues is that the Biden administration isn't kind of managing expectations for a lot of these people who think that once they get there, it's going to be very easy. Number one, the journey is not easy. It is extremely dangerous and a lot of people die. Number two, a lot of children are being trafficked back and forth from the United States to be used as family members, so young men can cross, and young women can cross with their family, and then they're taken back to Mexico and done all over again. And as this reporter will specify, it is not just Latin American migrants that are moving from down here over there.
Hello? Hi, yeah. Do you speak English? English? Are you from China?
Sí.
Yeah?
Yes.
From China?
China.
And you're coming to America?
There's a lot of Chinese immigrants coming both from Latin America and Canada into the United States, pouring in. They're a big percentage of the migrants that are actually moving towards the States.
Right now, we have about 200 per day Chinese coming through the Darien Gap alone. That does not include ones who are coming through Bahamas, the ones who are coming through, for instance, Canada is a lot. Others are just getting visas and landing at the Atlanta airport, right? So there's a lot that are coming through the northern route. They fly to, like I said, Mexico first and that sort of thing. There's many different routes to get people into the United States. But the bottom line is this is a weaponized migration.
There's also a lot of Russian immigrants, and a lot of people that had been before flagged are now being allowed to come in through Mexico into the United States. And what I'm most worried about is the people whose broken expectations will be met once they try to do the perilous journey over there. I understand that the situation back home for them isn't very good, but it might get worse, or it might even get them killed. And that just shows how desperate people are. So why is the Biden administration lying to all of them and telling them that it'll all be better and that they're all welcome? Except now he's coming out and saying, no, don't come, we will actually prosecute. So it seems like the situation is getting out of hand, or there might be a small little theory where the Biden administration actually wants to use this as an excuse to intervene in Mexico and Mexican situations as well. And believe me, we do not want them here. We do not need their help anymore. But again, what I'm most worried about is the actual migrants that have to do that journey all the way up to the United States and who might probably die, get captured by a cartel.
And one other thing we should talk about is that if you're young and you're a pretty girl, they hand you a kit. This is not just any kit, it's a rape kit that they hand you preemptively. They're handing them to young girls. This is U.S. funded. This is taxpayer funded. What's in it? Well, you can take a look on your screen. You know exactly what that is.
The morning after pill?
Mm-hmm. So these are both contraceptives and this is Labelle, or is an emergency hormonal contraceptive. And as Michael explains and others, if you're like, most of these girls will be raped. Like, that's just what happens.
Or as we've seen from this reporting, young women being given rape kits because, oh, that is just expected. That is what will probably happen to you on that journey. Instead of saying, yes, do it, maybe tell them and give resources for them not to have to do that without intervening militarily in a country that is not your own. But the worst thing Biden could have done is tell all these people, yes, you're completely welcome, and now be trying to kick them off and tell them, no, actually leave and we will prosecute you because things got out of hand, because for some reason we didn't anticipate it to. Unless it was all planned that way for some reason. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and once again, thank you for watching. I'm in the middle of Mexico City, and it is a very apt place to be talking about immigration into the United States. Because again, the people we should be most worried about are the migrants themselves. And I don't think any of the administrations are actually worried about them particularly. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.